Hey everybody, we're back on a Friday today. We're doing an announcement that we've reached the end of our third year of this podcast. Can you believe it, Jordan?
I can. Both you and I now look like old catcher mitts. We're all old and gray. It's been so long.
Hold on, Jordan. I'm going to show you something real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I forgot to prepare this for the episode. That was my mistake.
I was sure you were going to come back not wearing a shirt. I thought that was going to be the surprise.
I should have prepared this before the episode, but I grabbed this just now. Jordan, so we've been doing this for 3 years, correct?
Yeah, 3 years.
These are my notebooks from 3 years.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot. That's good. What do you think that is? That's like 35 centimeters?
I mean, this is at least a foot and a half. I would guess, I got like almost 20 notebooks here, maybe 20, maybe more.
If there's anything that should be in a museum, that's it right there.
No, I'm throwing them all out, actually. I just brought them out to show you because I'm going to toss them out after this announcement's done.
I'm really hoping that someone goes through the trash and pulls it out and thinks it's the ramblings of a crazy person.
I'll recycle them, so the recycling people will probably see it float by, and I assume a conveyor belt they see with all the notes written down.
Mm-hmm. They'd be like, oh, Star Cops, maybe I'll check that out.
But yeah, it's unbelievable, right? 3 whole years of this nonsense.
And what 156 episodes and some bonuses?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know how you felt about year 3. I liked that we got away from North America a little bit this year. We went to Australia, did a couple British shows. It felt like we got a little taste of some other cultures. We were real globetrotters this year.
Yeah, it was a grab bag. We did things that we've never done before. One of them being a cartoon. We've never done that before. And you're right. We did a show from Australia. We did a show from England. I think we covered most of the decades, at least in the last 40 years.
That's true. I mean, I think we even got back to that old black and white one with Martin Landau. That was an old one.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Remember that?
You know what? I wonder if in the future we'll be able to find a non-English language show to watch. I'm very curious.
Oh, that's true. We haven't done that before. I mean, I think we talked about at one point. I really wanted to do the Japanese Spider-Man show from the 70s.
We just got to find it somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
At any rate, it's been a good year. We never used that warp drive we installed for some reason.
Isn't that funny? We had the new rule this season, which was going to be that I actually can't even remember because we never used it. Was that if one of us just hates the show so much, we can just warp right out of the show, right?
Yeah, there was some sort of coin toss or dice roll involved in it somehow. I believe you were telling me about. We never used it. Well, maybe next year. Maybe we'll find out how it works next year.
Yeah, maybe we'll watch a show that's so bad we just can't take any more than one episode. I mean, the threshold's pretty high at this point.
I'll be honest, I think the closest I came was Bionic Woman.
Bionic Woman, you hated that the most, huh?
Bionic Woman, I think, was the most difficult thing for me to get through.
I'd have to look back and see which one was the most boring.
It's hard to remember after all this time. They
blend together.
Part is our brains like block out the trauma and they just go away.
Well, I mean, I think we watched the TV movies. I think were worse than the series this year. Like Danger Team, like that was pretty bad.
I Married a Monster was a hard one too.
I Married a Monster was hard. Yeah.
Well, the point of this announcement, everyone, is we're going to take a little break after this sort of year to sort of re-energize ourselves and get ready to. I assume we're coming back, right, Jordan?
Mm-hmm, of course.
Okay, great. We haven't talked about it, but I assume we're coming back.
Of course.
We're going to take a little break, so we're going to be off the air for a few weeks here, but we'll do a little announcement when we're coming back. If you've listened to the show for a while, this is normal. This is the normal drill. You'll know what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But before we wrap this year up, Jordan, I thought I should do a little game for you, something to cheer you up at the end of the year.
I love a game, and I love being cheered up, so it works out well.
So my game was inspired by perhaps the greatest theme song of all time, Star Cops.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about, for anyone who listened to it, it had the most bizarre song. And it's, again, not that it's such a bad song because it's definitely an earworm. You'll hear it once and you'll never get it out of your head. But it just was such an odd choice for a show that was so serious.
Yeah, that Moody Blues song, it was a very weird one. So what I've done here, Jordan, is I've created a little game for you in which I have 10 of the shows we've watched.
Over all 3 years?
Over all 3 years. 10 shows from all 3 years. And I have pulled either the opening 10 seconds or the closing 10 seconds of their theme songs. So you can choose whether you want the opening 10 seconds or the closing, and then you can try to guess which show it is from.
Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to do bad in this.
I figured that the opening and closing would be good because you'll either recognize the opening of the starting chords, or perhaps you'll remember just like the flourish at the end. So you get to choose whether you prefer the open or the close. And we will maybe need a moment to get this up and running, but let's give it a shot. All right, Jordan. So you can only see this music player, correct?
That's correct.
Perfect, because I have a notepad open with the answers.
I love, though, that through these 3 years, I think it's been since the beginning, I always have a computer going and you always have a notepad.
I'm always working directly out of a notebook. It's the only way I know how to work. All right, Jordan. So for show number 1, do you want to hear the opening 10 seconds or the closing 10 seconds?
Let's start with the opening and see how it goes.
Here are the opening 10 seconds of the first series.
Oh, it's so
Jordan, do you want to open? You should open up the podcast website with the list of the series. It's not TV movies, only series.
It's only series.
So you can use the list of shows we've watched. I think you should use that.
I know. I have a list here. It's so familiar. Can I hear it again?
Yes, of course.
I think it's from second season, and I think is it Man and Machine? My guess is Man and Machine.
I'm sorry, it is Nightmare Cafe.
Oh, it's Nightmare Cafe.
The ticking clock might have given it away. All right, here's your next one. Do you prefer the opening or closing 10 seconds of this next?
Let's do the closing because I didn't do very well in the last one.
All right, here's the closing 10 seconds of the next theme.
What the heck was that?
That's a real jaunty one. That should give you a time era, an era stamp, right, of approximately when it happened.
I think it's the 70s. Gemini Man.
Yes, you got it! Yeah! That was the Gemini Man theme. All right, let's do this is the third thing. This one has no front or end. The theme song is so short, you only get one clip. So that might be a hint.
Okay. What the heck was that? This is a show we watched, huh?
This is a show we watched. Do you want? I guess I'll try to give you a hint here. But the music you just heard is very emblematic of kind of the genre this show fits into.
I'll tell you, I right now I'm really regretting how much I skip over the beginning and ends of these episodes when we watch them. I think that show is...
I mean, think about it. That's a very modern sounding theme, wouldn't you say?
I think it's Space Rangers.
Oh, I'm afraid not. That was Inhumans. Very modern.
That was Inhumans?
Did it not sound like a Marvel film?
I guess.
All right.
I completely forgot we even watched that thing.
There are some easier ones in this one, so hopefully you'll get some of these easier ones. For the next one, opening or closing 10 seconds?
Opening, please. I'm going to guess that's Harsh Realm.
Oh, no, it's Almost Human.
That was Almost Human?
It was.
Oh, man, I am terrible at this.
You got one so far.
I got one. One for four. One for four. Okay, I'm gonna come back.
Start or end of number 5?
Let's do the end. I know what this is. It's what was that show called? I know what it is. It's the family that travel. It's called
Are you on our website?
No.
That's got the list of these episodes, the names of the show.
Yes, is it not time travels? What's the show those kids? It's called I couldn't remember what season we watched it.
It would have been this year.
Is it Strange New World? Is that what the show's called? What's the show where the family travels?
You know what the show is. You've now named 2 TV movies we watched this year.
It's called, I don't know what the show is, but you know the one. It's the whole family that go, and the dad's a real jerk. He's always trying to sleep with ladies.
Yes, it is Otherworld.
Otherworld, yeah.
I like that you won't open up the website to look at the names of the shows.
But I think that's a win. I think that's one.
I'm going to give it to you as well. Because I think if you had seen it, you would have known it.
Yeah, Otherworld.
All right, here, number 6. Do you prefer the start or end?
Let's do the start. It's so funny how familiar these are. Is that Space Rangers?
That is Space Rangers, number 3.
That's a pretty good theme.
Things are really turning around for you. Yeah, it is a good theme. All right, number 7. First or start or end?
Let's go with the beginning. That's Earth 2.
There you go. What is that, 4? 4 or 5 now?
4. I think I've got 4 right.
You're really coming back in the back half of this. All right. Series 8, beginning or end?
Let's go beginning. It seems to be a winning strategy for me. Clearly the 1970s.
The beginning may not have been the right choice for this one.
It sound like that. It was, oh, was that Planet of the Apes?
That's it. It's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh, unbelievable. I didn't think you'd get it off of that. But what is that, 5 now?
Yeah, 5. 5 and something.
You're really coming back. All right. Series 9, beginning or end?
Let's go beginning.
A world exists exactly like ours. You live in this world. Your family and friends. And though you may not know it.
This is a gimme, I think.
Yeah, that's Harsh Realm.
Absolutely. It's 6 out of 10 so far. And there's one left, Jordan.
Okay.
Beginning or end?
Let's go beginning.
You might have botched that choice. Do you want the end, Jordan? Just since it's the last question.
Let's do it. I have a feeling I know what it is, but let's hear the end just in case.
What a evocative theme.
I'm going to guess something, and I'm not entirely confident, but I'm going to guess Invasion America.
I'm sorry, Jordan. That was Tech War.
Oh, it was Tech War. That's been, 3 years to remember the theme from Tech War.
Our very first series, Jordan.
I didn't do bad, though. 6 out of 11. Or
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
Oh, pretty good.
That is, I'm blown away. I thought for sure some of them would be too hard to get, and you got more than I ever expected.
Well, thank you. I think if there was TV movies in there, too, it would have made it harder.
Yeah, that's why I love TV movies. I figured, at least with the series, you've had to hear them over and over again. Even if you skipped it, at least maybe the first end and beginning you might have heard.
Yeah. Do you have it's funny, some of them I would never remember. Like, who remembers what the theme from, like, Beyond Westworld is, or, like, Man and Machine, or these things. Like, who remembers? Who remembers what Quark's theme is, you know?
It's true. I mean, I listened to a few of those as I was putting this together, and it is more, you can kind of guess the decade, and that's the best you can do to narrow it down. For instance, the Inhumans one, once you know it's Inhumans, it does sound like a lot of Marvel movies.
I should have got that one.
But until you know that, it's hard to be sure. Like, you know that sound, but you're not sure why.
I would say getting that wrong is my greatest mistake in life.
I mean, I would say so as well. All right. Well, listeners, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on these podcasts. I'm shocked we've done it for 3 years now. It blows me away. And that any of you are listening is truly, you are generous people to give us your time.
Yeah, and some people have written in with questions and comments and led us to not only find new information, but new shows.
Yeah, it's been great having you guys along for this ride with us, which we just started doing just for the heck of it, and now it's been 3 whole years of our lives.
and we've made so much money on this
I know.
podcast.
You're so wealthy now, Jordan. You have
Yeah.
that pool full of Lamborghinis.
Why did I fill that pool with them? Just
I
because
don't know. You were going to Scrooge McDuck into it, and then you were like, this isn't going to work.
you have to make sure all the doors are open.
But while we're gone, if you want to get a hold of us, we, of course, still have the email open. It's continuumdrag@gmail.com. And Instagram and Twitter, we won't be posting anything new, but you can go back and look at our old clips. Remember the good times.
Go watch those old Tech War clips. Remember that kid got shot while he was trying to get the basketball? That was a good clip.
Yeah, I forgot about that kid. But that wraps it up for year 3, and we will see you in a few weeks sometime in the future with all new episodes.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Bye.